Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah Jane. If you're new here, nice to meet you. Today we are doing a life admin day. This is something that I saw first from Michelle B. I'll try and link her here, or at least put her name here so you can find her. She does these all the time, and I'm gonna try and do one today. I've done one before and it has worked really well for me. I do reset days a lot, so let's talk about what the difference between a reset day and a life admin day is. If you've been following me for a while, you probably have a decent understanding of what a reset day is. To me at this point, a reset day is really something I do just about every Saturday, where I go through and I just do the tasks that I need to get done around the house, like watering the plants, folding my laundry, unpacking from a trip, cleaning out the fridge, going to the grocery store, things like that like need to get done on a pretty regular basis, but I struggle to do on a typical work week. So that's for me what a reset day is. Now, a life admin day is similar in that we're batching things that we're procrastinating on and doing them all at once. The difference here is that it's more administrative in nature, so it's less hands-on, like watering the plants or cleaning out the garden, and more like scheduling appointments or renewing your car registration. Things that need to be done kind of maybe on a computer or paperwork, things that are just more, administrative in nature, but for your personal life. So while reset days are something that I do every single week, I can't live without them. They keep me functioning. Life admin days they have been kind of the opposite for me, where I avoid them like the plague because administrative tasks are just the bane of my existence. I do not like to do them. I would like to never do them. And some of the things that are on my list today, y'all, I've literally been on my list for years, not weeks, not months, years. So that's definitely something I could probably do with integrating into my life more often. A lot of people who do life admin days do them like once a month or even once a quarter, which I think is probably more realistic for me. For the most part, I've just been trying to like integrate these tasks to my everyday life. And the problem with that is the tasks that I am putting on this list are things that could technically be put off forever. And that's what I do. I just put them off forever. I just kind of roll them over to the next time that I think, I'll have time to do that. And so then the time to do it just never comes. So I respond well. A lot of us respond well to batching these tasks together, doing kind of a high intensity day of just getting as much done as I can, and then rewarding myself at the end. So that's the plan. I'm giving myself a pretty high intensity day of the tasks that I've not been wanting to do for years. And then at the end of the day, I'm rewarding myself. This is not necessarily why I did this, but I booked a hotel room for tonight. I mainly booked this because it's quarterly planning time as well. And that's like one of my big goals is I want to book a hotel room for quarterly planning, just kind of zone out, focus, think about what I want the next quarter to look like, give myself that kind of experience to set the tone for the quarter. It just happens to coincide with the day that I'm doing the life admin day, which I think is a really good reward. Like, get these tasks done, stay at a nice hotel. That works for me. The list is lengthy. It goes from everything from personal to professional tasks, from renewing my car registration to fixing my email. My email's not been working for, I want to say like a couple of months now. I just, like the vanity emails that I did, I don't know what I've done, how I messed them up. So I need to figure that out. I should have figured it out a long time ago. But that's what we're doing today. So it's a long list. It's a varied list, and we're going to do it together. At the end of the day, we're going to work on quarterly planning and dream and just have a nice little hotel moment. So, you know, what I'm trying to say is we're about to have a really good day. I'm going to do kind of the first half of the day here at the house because my darling husband is going to go take my car to get inspected because the people at the Valvoline flirt with me, which makes me uncomfortable. So he's going to go do that, and I'm going to stay home, do those admin work things, and I think I'd like another cup of coffee. I just want the taste. We have decaf. I was about to say, I feel like I want it, but I don't want to get anxious, but we have decaf. That's what it's for. So I'm gonna make another cup of coffee, and then we'll sit down and we'll talk about what we have to do. Okay, so let's look at my list. We have I need to plan my content calendar for the month. I need to do my bullet journal, renew the car, tag. Student loans are weird again, so I need to figure those out. I just like pay my credit cards every Friday, so paying credit cards on Friday. Then I have a volunteer thing that I've been doing that I want to complete today. I need to fix my email. There's this new program called Superhuman that I downloaded but have yet to really dig into and try. So I want to dig into it, look at it, see how I like it, and then keep it or cancel it. We had something get lost in the mail. I need to deal with that. Someone sent me their book and asked for a blurb, or like, you know, when people print like quotes on the cover, they asked me to do one of those for them. So it's a children's book, so I can read it today for sure easily and then write my feedback. And then I need to plan the quarter. I need to send feedback to both my brand person who's doing my rebrand and my PR person. Yeah, things like that. So okay, so what I've done is I broke it up between locations. So I'm gonna work from about now until noon here. And then I'm gonna go to the office from like 1 to 3, and then from the hotel room for the rest of the night. So I'm gonna get most of my work done at the office just because I have an easier time focusing there, and I have a lot of things there that I need in order to do my job. So I'm gonna draw out my bullet journal here. Also here, I'm going to pay bills, and then on the way to the office, I'm going to take my car to go get cleaned out. And then at the office, I'm doing the largest batch of the admin tasks just because that's where I'm going to have the easiest time focusing. And then the hotel is going to be just all like vibes and feels. So I'm going to do my planning the quarter, my quarterly reflection. Obi gets off work around 6 or 6:30, and so he'll walk over because the hotel's downtown, and we'll have a little bit of a date night as kind of like my reward for doing all of the things. So yeah, I'm excited because that means that right now I'm gonna focus on the things I don't want to do the most, like pay bills, and then I get to just kind of chill and draw out my bullet journal until lunchtime. So bills are paid. That feels great. That's a really good feeling. We don't talk about that feeling enough. We talk about, oh, I have to pay bills. But once bills are paid, that's pretty cool. I think that's probably just like poor kid talking, you know, like I can pay my bills. It's very exciting. So now I'm going to draw out my bullet journal. I'm drawing out bullet journal like a new spread. I'm going to do a quarterly reflection spread, and then my April spread, like April, March reflection, April planning, and then a new daily and a new weekly spread. I'm just going to draw that out now, and we'll do a flip through at the end. if you're wondering, I use Brave Collective, which is my online membership community. Well, now it's a course. I transitioned into a course. I'm just so used to saying that. I have a course called Brave Collective that just talks about work-life balance and being intentional with your time. And in that, I have the quarterly check-in workshop. And then I have a quarterly check-in guide. So I'm going to look at that. It also has like my bucket list that I use for the month, as well as some journaling prompts that I kind of will pull from while I do my planning sessions. So I'm gonna just kind of put that video on, follow my own guidance, and draw out some spreads. Okay, let's do a quick flip through. I'm the kind of person who just doesn't have to love every spread that she does. This is one of those. Don't love it, not my favorite, but it serves a purpose. Welcome to quarter 2. This is my reflection, what worked, what didn't, what's next. Then 7 dimensions of wellness: physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual, environmental, occupational. And I'll kind of do this with these as well, just kind of like, how's everything going? This is where I'll do a task dump, write down every single thing that I do and evaluate what can be systemized, automated, or outsourced. My ideal day, my ideal week, and then welcome to April. In April, we have our month at a glance. This is where I'll write down any important dates. I have a lot of birthdays this month, things like that. Then the money in, the money out, and the balance when we start April. Priorities for the month, goals for the month. The major difference here is that these are not in my control and these are. So this is like how many followers I want to have on YouTube. This is what I intend to do about that. Feelings, my core desired feelings. This is kind of my new home chore sheet. So these are things I do weekly, monthly, and kind of some projects that I want to take on this month. Some top memories from the last month, challenges from the last month, and then kind of a savings tracker here. This will be March memories. What that looks like is I pull photos and print them out and put them here. This is going to be my vision for the month of April, kind of what I hope the month will look like. This and this both are going to get prettier. I want to do like big floral sketches around here, but I want to do that when I have some time. I don't want to rush that process because it would be fun for me. But this will be my monthly bucket list. This will be a self-care menu, just ideas of things I can do to take care of myself. And then we get into the weekly spread for this month. So this month I'm doing my 3 main focuses for the week: tasks Monday, for every day of the week, highlights from the week, and then my habit tracker. I'll fill this out every day, and then I'm going to put a little quote right there. And my daily spread, so the date, top 3 priorities for the day, the weather, tasks for the day, any meetings or appointments I have, and then all of these are how I'm feeling right now, how I would like to feel, what I'm calling in, ways to show love to myself, Obi, and for the kiddo, and for pleasure, just like things that would feel really good, and then things that I need to do for myself today. And then I'll journal and we'll start all over. So that's the flip through for the quarter. Obi took his entire morning to go get my inspection done, that precious, precious angel. So I'm going to pack both for him and me for tonight at the hotel. It is about, I think it's like 12:09. Yeah, so I'm going to get us packed up and then I'm going to make some lunch before heading in to the office. So time has got away from me. It is about 1:30. I am in my parking spot. I'm gonna go to the coffee shop across the street, grab a coffee, but I'm looking at my list and I'm like, check into the hotels at 3 p.m. The amount of things that I have listed to do at this office, I just don't think I can do in an hour and a half. So obviously I could check in late, but I paid for this room. I want to get the most of it. So there are things that I like have to do at the office. So that is the volunteer work thing that I'm working on. I would also really like to renew my tag while I'm there because I just want to, that's a high priority. And then I'm going to try the email stuff I need to figure out. So I'm going to start with those tasks, do as much as that I can while I'm at the office, and then we'll see what we can do after that. We'll check back in around the hotel, but before I do any of that, I need coffee. So I've had a lot of day time between coffees. It seems like I've just had coffee. I have this giant 40-ounce bottle thing of water that I've almost finished. So just don't worry about me. I'm safe. My heart's not going to explode. 2 caffeinated coffees and a decaf. People worry a lot about my caffeine intake. It just looks more dramatic than it is. I might cut that out. Anyway, I'll see you in the coffee shop. Okay, so I worked for about as long as I could on the volunteer work thing that I'm doing. Honestly, I worked on it for like 45 minutes, which is probably more time than I should have, because I have actual work things to do. I didn't get it finished. It's just kind of like tedious. I don't have a ton of time to give to it, but I'm trying to do the most I can. So I'll just keep working on that next week. And so now I'm going to do the other 2 main priorities, which are fix my email and do my tag renewal. So wish me luck. Today is not going as I planned. Basically, I haven't gotten really much done. Like, I didn't get to finish the volunteer thing. The tag renewal, I need my title. So I'm gonna have to find my title. I don't know where that is. It's definitely not with me right now. And all of that took until now, 3 p.m. So we're gonna go check into the hotel. I'm gonna reprioritize again. At this point, I really need to just focus on quarterly planning, and maybe this is actually just a quarterly planning video because I don't know if I'm gonna knock all the things off my list. This was not what I planned for it to be. I thought this was gonna be easier than it was. I guess some days are just like that. Friends, my day just took a turn for the better. I booked this room. I had no idea what I was booking. I am like a rewards relationship with booking.com. I use their app all the time. So I got a free upgrade on our room, and y'all, this room is crazy. I cannot wait to show you. I'll take you around. I feel extremely spoiled, and I'm so glad I did this. I think we're gonna have a very easy time feeling good here. I don't think this is gonna be a trouble. I don't care how much I get done today. Video is taking a 180. The focus now is just on enjoying my life. So I'll show you. So when you walk in the room, the first thing you see is this. Now over here we have yet to explore. I'm gonna open this up a little bit for you. Let's see. We got some shelves. We've got, I think that's an ice bucket, safe, fridge. This is a closet, which has what may be like sweatpants that you can use. We'll check that out in a second. I love this mirror. And this is the bathroom. First of all, the view, can we? Then this is the shower. And then the tub with the view. And this is our bathroom. This whole bathroom is like the size of a bedroom. Then we go into the, living space that I was not prepared for in the least. And my fancy desk I'll be using today. And then the view, even more, like holy Moses. And then we have a full set of drawers and the lovely bed, which the view from the bed is that. It does feel like the universe is telling me to just enjoy myself and to not put too much pressure on myself to get all these things done, to release control and enjoy the moment. Now, that is also just kind of what I say to myself all the time, so that was like the whole point of the Life Admin Day. But the truth is that the significantly amount of things that I wanted to get done today, I can't do. And the ones that are really important, I can't do. So I'm just gonna recenter, focus on quarterly planning, and enjoy myself in this fancy hotel room. My darling husband is getting off work and he'll come. We're gonna have dinner together tonight. And then we're going to plan our week together. We do like a little weekly planning meeting every week. And we're gonna do that in the hotel bar, which will be really fun. Yeah. Feel like this was the right choice. So friends, I'm more settled now, and here's the deal. It is about 3:30. We have about 2.5, 3 hours until dinner with the hubs. So in that time, I am going to focus on quarterly planning first, and that includes content planning for the month, task planning for the quarter, and then bullet journal, filling out my bullet journal. If I have time beyond that, I do want to get these emails done. I have a ton of emails I need to send just to like random people checking in on. I have a Bali trip in October, and I just need to communicate with the people who are kind of orchestrating that trip for me. I have to get back to my publicist. I have to get back to my person who's doing my branding, my website, all these little things. So I need to do that. But before I do that, I want to focus on quarterly planning because that's why we purchased this space. And if I don't do it now, when's it gonna get done? You know what I mean? So the other things I can do on a regular work day. Here's the lesson I've taken away from how unproductive the day was. That is to do my whole Life Admin Day at the office where I focus better. Although I will say there were 2 older men there today who are not usually there, and they just were so loud, and I didn't bring headphones. And I think that plays into a major element of why I didn't get much done, because I thought most of my thought energy was going to murdering them. So I hope that doesn't demonetize me. It was going to how frustrated I was by them. So yeah. So I'm happy to be in my own little space for a little while. And it's really pretty and I'm really happy about it. Yeah, so it's time to plan content for the month. I haven't really talked about this in a while, so I'll give you guys a little bit of a refresh on how I do it and what I look at. I use iCal to plan my content out. It just works the best for me. It's on all of my devices. It's easy to check. And I have kind of a different color calendar for each place that I create content. So for me right now, that's Instagram, my podcast, YouTube, and TikTok. So I just kind of create a brief plan for each of those things. And what I did on Instagram is I asked what you all wanted from me on Instagram, and I'm going to use that as a starting point. I also like to try to coordinate podcast content with Instagram content so that we can have kind of conversations about what the podcast covers. YouTube, I already know 2 of the videos I'm going to do in April. I just need to pick out the other 2. Then TikTok is a little bit more fluid, so I probably won't plan out TikTok content. I think I'm going to I don't think I'm going to plan out TikTok content. I think I'm just going to be more fluid about it and kind of just let it be what it is. But I think we're going to start podcast first because that's going to influence just about everything else that I do, because it's what I do. It's like the main content hub for me right now. So I know that every Monday I'm going to do a behind the scenes episode, although I do need the first of the month I do a more in-depth, so a monthly review episode. So I'm going to change the 4th to that. I'll turn you guys around. So the 4th, we've got monthly review. How the Enneagram can be unhelpful. I think that's great. I'm going to stick with that. Things to say instead of you're such a, I like that. This got switched around. I think we have Alexa going here, Lori going here. Then we have, I like to think of kind of themes that I can do. So we have 3 weeks of content to put down here. So I'm just going to run through this and add things as they come to me. I also, on my Trello, in Trello, I keep a list of content ideas. So podcasts, I can kind of look at these and see if there's anything that stands out. Okay, so now that the podcast is planned, I need to look at Instagram. I'm gonna kind of hold Instagram and the podcast up together on the calendar and just see if there's anything that I want to coordinate, like anything that would make a good list or a good post. There's also posts that I do all the time, like I do every single month. Like I do a book list as much as I can, and I try to do affirmations every month. So I'm gonna try and go ahead and add those in. I know I'm doing lists next week, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the calendar. We are done. This is the content I'm creating for April. Okay, so now I'm getting into Trello, which is just kind of planning out my quarter. My life's a little bit different right now in terms of like what I do. So this isn't the most effective thing. This was really necessary for me when I was doing Brave Collective and had like a bunch of different things. But now I'm really focused on the podcast and the book. So my job has changed a lot. So a lot of the things I was doing, I'm no longer doing. doing. So, yeah, so let's see here. And a lot of the things that I had on my list, I've hired other people to do. So I honestly do not know what is going to be even on my quarterly list, because it's really more routine than like big projects. I'm kind of overseeing more projects rather than, you know, wow, that's aggressive. So my tasks, my content are planned, you know, for at least for the next month. We're good in terms of that. Now I need to look at, I'm just gonna go ahead and do anything that I need to do on my computer. So I'm gonna run through my list and just do them boom, 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 one at a time. Starting with checking in on Bali. Originally, the trip to Bali was planned for 2021, but the borders were not open still at that time. So now that the borders are open, I just want to make sure everything's still the same, like nothing's changed. They don't need anything new from me. Nothing's canceled, that kind of stuff. That's done. That felt really good. It looks like we're still good to go. It looks like there's still like 6 people registered. I know some of you are registered. Hi. If you're interested, you can check it out. I'll try to link it down below. If you want to go to Bali with me, I think it'll be really fun. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a really good time. And it's like a bunch of people that I like know via the internet. So we're all good to just like hang out and see Bali together, which will be insane. Now we have a coffee subscription through Trade that we love. We got our coffee in and it was missing a bag. So I just need to email them and let them know we didn't get our full order. And then we're just gonna roll through these tasks, y'all. I think we're gonna do great. Okay, so we are at a good stopping point. We're not done. I went through my email, replied to everything I could reply to pretty quickly. Anything that needed more from me, my rule of thumb is to just reply to people before the weekend, let them know you're getting back to them early next week, because people can be patient if they know you're gonna communicate with them. But if they don't, people get weird. So, yeah, this was my list today. The blacked out ones are the ones I got done. The crossed out ones are the ones that I did not get done. I'm okay with where we're at. It is 5 p.m. So I have about an hour-ish, an hour and a half to journal before the babe, my husband, comes back. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna reflect on the quarter, plan out the quarter, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the month. And then next week. So all of the reflecting and the planning. And if I come up with anything cool, I'll let you know. I don't know how it's gonna go. But I'm closing my computer for the weekend officially. Done. And this is the fun part, in my opinion. So we're gonna just enjoy it. So it is 6:15-ish. Let me tell you the truth. 6:19, and I just got the text from the husband that he's on the way. I got all my planning done. I'll try and put here kind of where we're at in terms of things that got done today. I think it went pretty well, actually. I was kind of doomsday-ish about it, but everything that I didn't get done, I went ahead and put on my to-do list for different days next week. So we'll get done with it next week. But now it's date night, so I'm gonna put on some clothes so I can go get him from the lobby. And then we're gonna do dinner and drinks and plan out our week, and I am so excited.